Welcome to the closing beat, everybody. Happy Wednesday. How you doing out there? Hope all is well with you. I'm sorry, it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. Yep, it's Tuesday. I messed that one up there. Just happy to be here with you guys. Quick show that we do called the Closing Beats, the stock market update show. We've got a lot to cover here today. I'm not going to waste any of your time. We're just going to really get right into it. On the screen there, you can see how the stock market's performed today. Got some interesting data to share with you along the way. You know I do. That's what I like to do. Join us, jazzwealth.com/research if you like the idea of kind of learning with the geeky stats and stuff along the way. Thank you to those of you that have joined us there, but that's pretty much all I have. I hope you'll check us out, jazzwealth.com as well. Hey, well, stock market today, obviously all green, all looks good on the screen there. Your super duper mega cap stocks, your FAANG names, Microsoft, your trillion-dollar companies largely took the day off today, and you got extra names that participated. We haven't seen that in a while, where other names that normally don't get to shine, Johnson & Johnson, United Healthcare, ExxonMobil, Home Depot, Caterpillar, Honeywell, they all got a chance to sort of contribute to the gains today. And so it was kind of interesting. It was a different way to take a look at it. I'll hop over to the charts here, and we'll take a look at the overall stock market, if I may. We'll go right up on there. And here is the NASDAQ. I've got the NASDAQ on the screen. NASDAQ was the underperformer for the day, but we're in earnings season, right? So we're coming up in earnings season here. Did a video on this to kind of cover what expectations are, but heads up, the second quarter of earnings season, whether you're looking at the S&P 500, NASDAQ, whatever it may be, second quarter of earnings season, as you can see on the screen, is typically the negative response season. All that really means is stocks in the second quarter tend to average a move lower in response to earnings. So on earnings day, if you add up all the S&P 500 stocks and see what change did they make, this is a tough one, right? So we've got a little bit of a tough match there. First quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, all good. It's one of the only two quarters as well where stocks tend to start higher and fade away. The first quarter, you also see that. So a little bit more detail in our, we did in our research sector there, research section for you, where we talked about stocks, how they start higher and fade into negative territory. So we've got a lot of work to do there as far as earnings go, but we'll see. It's just getting started. You know, there's a lot to cover there. We take a look at the NASDAQ here, 17% year to date. Look, this is kind of what I was trying to cover yesterday. 63% of all days this year have been positive. That includes today now, back by the way. That's even after this 30% drop that we saw there. Over the last 35 years, if you take a look, there's only 3 other times where this happened. We happen to plot them for you on the screen there. 2017, 1998, 1995, where we had a greater percentage of days positive than we see now. So it's kind of rare, right? It's kind of a rare move with what we have going on overall. We covered yesterday that the performance of the markets going forward were all positive, but a couple of those years, mainly 1998, 32% gain by the end of the year, but it had 2 big pullbacks throughout the year. 1995 was flat, and so just kind of some interesting things going on there. No year ever has had a 63.1% number of positive green days, right? So it just hasn't happened there. So maybe something to check out. The NASDAQ, of course, continues to look rather strong. I'll share one quick thing with you that happened yesterday. I don't know if you're interested in this or not. Kind of a rare day for the NASDAQ there. What we had was a big move throughout the day, followed by a big drop to close negative on the day. Up over 1%, erase it all, go positive by 1%, negative by 1%. You saw it there. You were playing along. If you were here with Closing B, you saw we were talking about this here. Big gain, and then it reversed and gave it all back. Well, actually, fun stat that out of all the different times this has happened, it's 108 times that it's happened, the average gain the next day is actually positive. So today to be positive is, I mean, it's obviously more than the average, 0.18%, but it's actually kind of positive. There are 4 times uniquely that happen, and so I'm sharing that with you on the charts there, where we had this type of reversal day at or near all-time highs or 52-week highs. So kind of interesting there. These are not so pretty what happened next, right? So when the reversal days happen towards highs, I get it. There's only 4 data points I'm really showing you. This over here is obviously what just happened. 4 data points where we hit new highs. And the red ones are new record highs. Right after that, see that major .com bust right there? So not really good. The 2 times that it happened and we hit new 52-week highs, well, that was okay, right? We had a nice run after that. So kind of a rare thing going on for the NASDAQ there. Just thought I'd share that with you, see if that's something that I don't know, gets you thinking a little bit. It's not the best, but, you know, we bring it to you anyways. Let's take a look here. We'll go over to the Dow. Dow is your best performing area of the day. 2% higher on the day. The Dow is going to be higher because of names like UNH. UNH, like I mentioned a minute ago, that was one of your bigger contributors to the Dow. And Home Depot really perking up there, looking good. These are the two biggest contributors. Yesterday, they were also the two biggest contributors before fading for the rest of the day. You only have, if you look this year, you actually only have Microsoft and Apple as two stocks that have contributed more to the Dow's gains than Home Depot and United Healthcare. So kind of looking interesting there. Also, there's we're going to watch the futures here. We've got a White House press conference coming out, or actually going on right now, so I won't take too much of your time there. Moving on, we've got a lot to cover here today. Let's take a look at the virus. If you look at the virus here, we've got a number of cases by state. Florida taking top spot. We're winners down here, man. We're taking top spot. Small downtick, although today that did change. Back higher again. Florida and California currently with the most number of cases per day in the individual states there. You can see Arizona. This is going to catch some news here. Arizona dipping back down rather sharply. I find that interesting because if you really dissect this data, Arizona has been dipping lower in total number of new cases per day. Hey, can you maybe help me out here and plug that sucker in? Battery pack thing. The camera's going to go dead. Maybe it's not plugged in. But anyways, if you look at Arizona down here at the bottom, their average test rate, right? 25% of all new tests are coming back positive. So what that tells you is, right? That means that there's probably a shortage of tests overall. So not looking too good there. But anyways, that's what I want to share with you on that one. If we move forward here, you can see coronavirus cases per day, not looking too good. Maybe it's the other spot. Is it the other spot up there? Maybe it's just got to go in there. Cases per day, this is still looking like a rocket ship and not a waterfall. So that's not good. Yeah, that did it. So not really good there. The focus is becoming on the moving average, 7-day, 14-day moving average. We're just, you know, we talk about waterfalls. We want to see a waterfall, not a rocket ship there. So that's what you got going on there. If you're looking at the cases or at the virus cases, I just like to talk about that stuff. Maybe it helps you out. For our FinTips videos this week, something new. You actually see them scrolling down there at the bottom right-hand side of your screen. We got earnings season expectations, give you a little glimpse of what we talk about in the research site there. Tomorrow, we've got the IRS rollover, virus rollover sort of thing going on. I'm also going to make that our class this week for our customers as well to go into greater detail there. And Friday, we'll talk about beating target date funds in your 401k, maybe doing a little research and seeing if that's something you want to take a look at further, because every little bit counts, right? Especially in this sort of mess that we're in right now. You may want to take a look at Friday's video, and I hope you do. I do appreciate it. All right, let's go over to the sector breakdown here real quickly. We'll just kind of cover some of this stuff here for the sectors today. You've got every sector in the green as indicated by our fancy little colored lines on the chart there, all up by over 0.5% or more. And if I go over to the charts here, we'll start with energy. That was your leader today. Great reversal for energy overall. All the stocks in this sector are green. Only ONEOK was trying to be the negative one, but it finished positive on the day as well. CVX and XOM will be your biggest contributors today if you're happening to be participating in those. Nice reversals off the bottom, and that Phillips 66 waterfall reversal drop already off to a good start in terms of recovering there. Basic materials, great day for this one as well, up 2.5% on the day. It is now less than 5% away from hitting new highs there. For the year, it's basically in line with the S&P 500 in terms of performance there. And if you're looking at individual stocks, Lind sticks out as one of the really strong ones there, hitting new highs as well, but that stock's already going higher. So let's share something interesting with you here. Sherwin-Williams. Look at this little base here. So Sherwin-Williams got a series of equal highs there, obviously building cause in the media and obviously reasons why people would want to go shop there and they should be doing better. But from a technical perspective, obviously trying to break out there. Maybe something interesting you guys want to focus on and see if you like it. Industrials moving higher today as well, 2%. Got a good boost today thanks in part to let's go, there you go. Honeywell, great reversal off the 50-day moving average. They had a great day today. Caterpillar, there you go. Great day as well. Obviously a rare day for Caterpillar, but above the 200-day moving average, added about 5% on the day, hitting 1-month highs. I thought John Deere looked pretty good as well. That had a good day, up 3.5% on the day if you're paying attention in that space. Not the most exciting. Tech sector. Looking pretty good there. Largely took the day off until the end of the day, if you want to take a look at that. Some of your leaders in the space were MasterCard. Interesting reversal off the 200-day for technical traders out there. And Visa, just a touch stronger, not quite down to the 200-day, in a sideways sort of pattern there. They got a lot of attention from traders today. Volume was heavier. A lot of attention on TV today. A lot of people think that these are, they're tech stocks. They're kind of like financial stocks, but they're in the tech sector. It's what it is, right? The other way, technical patterns, they're looking pretty good. Goldman Sachs, which is not in the tech sector, they upgraded Visa to $223, gave that a nice thumbs up for a price target, and MasterCard, they gave the price target $364, which if you're looking, it's off the chart. That's just not even on the chart there. Anyways, moving on. Citrix may be hitting at a breakout here as well. Nice reversal today, erasing everything from yesterday, getting back to highs. You like to see that one-day reversal there if that's something that interests you. And I will move on. Gold basically flat on the day. 18.13 is where it closed out the day. Oil was basically flat as well. Up 16 cents on the day. 40.24 a barrel is where it closed out the day. And that's basically all I have for your sector breakdown. Let's talk about some interesting, maybe do like a little technical breakdown here. Let's see what we can do. I'll help you out with some of this. We have got 6 new highs on the day, all but one of them with 1% gains or greater. If I go over to the charts, you got General Mills breaking out there. We're happy to see that. We own that one here at Jaswell, so we're happy to see that one supporting. ConAgra, also one that we own, but this one's been doing well. This was that breakout we talked about. Breakouts are going well these days. Finally getting moving, a nice 3% day. That's kind of an above average day for this one if you're taking a look. I mentioned Lind already, that one in the basic materials sector, hitting new highs, looking strong there. Biggest contributor, by the way, in the basic materials if you want to take a step back towards that. Looking at Fastenal, that was the only one that sort of struggled today. Didn't add over 1%. It had earnings that came out on the day. They beat on earnings nicely by 6 cents. Revenues came in better than expected. This may be a precursor, what do you call it, a glimpse into how tech stocks are going to be handled. Stock's already up a lot. Earnings were basically good, no real issues there, and the stock doesn't really get anything done. Could it be that that's how this earnings season plays out? Maybe something to look at. We'll look at some individual stocks here before we move on to those stocks at the bottom. Domino's Pizza got a 0.25% higher on the day. That breakout looking good. Always happy to see that. The ACLS, it's a semiconductor stock. We were talking about a breakout. I'm not so excited about this one. It looked like a breakout. It's not acting like a breakout now. Losing a little bit of hope on that one. Lastly, Lennar. You got Lennar and Dr. Horton really reversing course today. That is the little clean breakout we've been talking about there. And if I go over to Dr. Horton, same exact thing there. Lennar looks a touch better, but hey, nice ones there. So something maybe to take a look at. Let us briefly go over to Amazon, and I'll transfer back over to this screen so you can see. Amazon, down over 5% today before bouncing. It has now added $600 billion to its market cap so far this year. In other words, if you're looking at, let's go over to shares of Amazon, that would be 37% of its market cap just this year that Amazon has added. Give you an idea of how amazing this stock has run there. Just very, very impressive. They have earnings coming out July 24th. Got a little glimpse here for you. Maybe something you want to take a look at. You got Amazon. Here's their history. They report on July 24th. They beat on earnings 50% of the time, beat on revenue 82% of the time. Average gap on this one's 0.5%, although that's the average. Come on now, that's just the average. That's not realistic. Full day return tends to be positive by just about 2%. The second best quarter in terms of positive earnings, meaning it was positive on the day of earnings. 56% of the time, this stock finishes the day of earnings. So in this case, they report after hours on the 24th, we're talking about the 25th or the next business day. 56% of the time, the stock ends up being positive, testing out a new earnings kind of a slide thingamabobber here. I don't know if that's something you like, but now you know Amazon has run just an amazing amount. $600 billion they've grown in terms of market cap this year already. As you can see by our fancy little chart on the bottom, 37% of their total market value. Holy cow, that's a lot. All right, let's go back over some of these other stocks I want to point out. Delta in the news today, down 2.65%. Worst earnings report ever from Delta. That is not my opinion. That is actual fact if you're looking at that one there. just lost a lot of money, right? Just put it that way. We could go through all the numbers. It was not pretty for Delta. And so the stock down probably could have been down a whole lot more on the day. You got JP Morgan. They reported earnings as well. They beat by 15 cents. They are stopping their share buyback program because they're starting to increase the amount that they're expecting to lose from the loans that they have. I've covered this in the past. At the time, they were like $8 billion that they were factoring on losing. They are increasing that, so that stock was a little lower. Wells Fargo, nasty day for Wells Fargo. Down almost 5% on the day. Lost 66 cents. They were expected to lose 10 cents. So a lot worse than expected there. Just a horrible performance for them in the last quarter. And remember I mentioned that they would likely have to cut their dividend, and I just assumed they'd cut it in half. They cut it all the way down to 10 cents. That's as close to zero as you can get for Wells Fargo. Ouch. And Travelers Insurance. They beat on earnings. The problem is they've got a lot of lost payouts because of the protests, right? The riots and everything. So they're expecting going forward that's going to cost them quite a bit of money. Stock was still higher today. Rather interesting there. Just have a couple other things for you tomorrow. We got earnings from Goldman Sachs. That stock's looking a little bit better, waking up there. And U.S. Bank coming back above the 50-day. Naturally, there's a big difference between the two. Goldman Sachs much stronger than U.S. Bank, but those two stocks are going to report. You also have United Healthcare, which would be a great help for that to boost over the highs there. You got Alcoa as well, which had a great day today. We'll see how they do tomorrow. And what was the other one? Bank of New York? Yep, they've got earnings as well. I'll take a chance here to try to answer some of your questions. And yeah, we'll see what we can do here. Let's see what I can help with. Meanwhile, yeah, not much going on after hours just yet. I think it was today. Now I'm questioning myself. Did the White House press conference today, going on at 5 o'clock. Someone probably watching that at the moment. Yeah. Oil was basically flat today. It was a small day, 16-cent gain. That's just a tiny one there. Not there. Yeah. Vaccine breakthrough. All right. It's good news. Yeah. I love it. Yeah, you got your biotech. All these guys taking off there. Yeah. I love it. All right. That'll provide for an interesting day tomorrow. For where you look is the biotech space. IBB is the ETF you're taking a look at there. That will include most of those. You can look at the NASDAQ as well, but if you want to look at IBB and XBI, nope. XBI is in there, but IBB is the more popular one there. Know what you're looking at, of course, before you do anything. Do you think Dr. Horton will break out after earnings? It looks like it's trying to break out before earnings. That makes it a little tougher, but so far so good. Today was a great reversal day. I would think with any positive news tomorrow, that thing is trading at a new recent high there. Yep. I love it. I love it. Oh, they were late to the stinking press conference. Yeah. That's a tough one, Miriam. Miriam's asking, how's that refusal to open the schools in California and probably more states coming going to affect employment? That's a tough one. Not many people can afford to stay home or will still be working from home. And so where are we at there? I don't want to get into a virus talk, but that's a tough decision for a lot of families because your job may be allowing you back with a mask on, but your school won't let your kid go back. How do you account for that? That's going to be a real struggle on people's personal finances. I have no idea. Obviously, something like that's just never happened in our lifetime. But I feel bad because that's a tough one. Yep. I love it. You guys are all watching your biotech stocks. Well, I don't watch biotech stocks myself. I've never liked them, never been very good at them, never cared much for them. So what I'll do is get out of your way, let you enjoy the rest of your day. We've got a lot to cover throughout the rest of the week. I thank you for sticking around. If we helped you in some way, hit the subscribe button, like button, all that good stuff I'm supposed to ask you to do. And we will see you guys later. Enjoy.